start at 6 a.m. because it's a bureau.
Okay. All right, thank you. And just for the record, the State Alcohol Beverage Control Agency is the only agency in the state of California that grants grants alcohol licenses. The neighborhood council does not, nor the city council of Los Angeles. And our discussion here is part of a bigger process where ABC asked for community input, and since we and the neighborhood council have an opportunity to provide input, that's our advisory. Anyone here can go and participate in the ABC process and bring up the objection and so forth. So there is that continuing process. So it's one way to have the record. Okay, there are no public comments. We're going to move on to the vote, members. We have two things before us. The first item is an amendment by Mr. Raquel and Mr. Sabata to remove, to remove the conditions as recommended in the Planning and Use Committee motion. So that means that the hours of operation of officer conditions were not necessary for the council to take a position on their request. So, Mr. Raquel on the amendment. Yes. Ms. Baca?
Yes.
Mr. Torero? Yes. Mr. Hubert?
No.
Ms. Talala?
Yes.
Mr. Sabata?
Yes.
Ms. Kimbrough?
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Moreno?
Yes.
Mr. Argueta?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
No.
Mr. Staples out. Ms. Fernandez?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Mendoza?
Yes.
Mr. Prado?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Segala, yes. The amendment is adopted 15-2. Now on the motion, Mr. Sabata.
You know, I remember having a discussion back when the ECHO.
Point of information, we've already had discussion on this. Is there a question? Or
Well, I think I want to put it into perspective of comments that have been made in terms of special.
Okay, we're moving on, Mr. Sabata, from that. So at this point, members, members, unless there's an objection, we will take the same vote that we just had on the amendment on the motion itself. So that means it's a 15-2 with Mr. Hubert and Mr. Butler opposed, and Ms. Peters did not get a chance to vote on the previous one, but she can vote on this one or abstain. But what we are voting now is on the motion by the Planning and Land Use Committee as amended by Mr. Raquel. So, well, let's just go through roll call. Mr. Raquel.
Yes.
Ms. Baca.
Yes.
Mr. Torero.
Yes.
Mr. Hubert.
Yes.
Ms. Peters. Ms. Tavala.
Yes.
Mr. Sabata.
Yes.
Ms. Kimbrough. Ms. Sanchez. Mr. McDonald.
Yes.
Mr. Moreno.
Yes.
Mr. Argueta.
Yes.
Mr. Butler.
No.
Ms. Fernandez.
Yes.
Ms. Mendoza.
Present.
Yes or no on the motion?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Prado.
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
One more opportunity, Ms. Peters, or would you like to abstain? You're a no vote?
No vote.
No vote, okay. The motion carries 16-2, so that is approved. Okay, moving on to item number 2, members. Item number 2 on our agenda is discussion and or possible action recommendation by the Planning and Land Use Committee for board approval of request for permit for 2 wall and 3 awning signs at 138 Bowlby Avenue by the applicant Alliance Residential. So with this, Mr. Hubert will move. You move a second by, your second?
Sure.
Mr. Butler? Okay, we'll do, members, before, I think what we'll work on this is, let me go a little bit back. What I'm going to do is allow for public comment before, and then we'll have the interaction. Is there any, I don't have any public comment cards on this item, so is there any public comments at this point on item number 2 on our agenda? Any members of the public like to speak? Seeing none, public comments closed. Members, the minutes of the committee meeting are in your packets. I think, unless, does anybody have any questions on this particular item?
Anything about it?
You know anything about it? Okay. Well then, you want to present on this?
My presentation is going to be minimal. It's the first time anyone's ever come before planning and land use with any signage proposals. Their proposal, it was minimal, like large signs that was literally the building name and number and the appropriate scale. And it was kind of a joke if anybody was there, but it was great. It was approved very easily.
Okay. Members, you had a question or a comment?
Well,
Okay.
so basically, the sign on Beaudry, is it a sign to put in a building, in a business, and basically it's gonna have the name and the address?
It's an apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's just going to have the name of the building and the address.
Okay, thank you.
You're running out of time.
You don't want to question?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
And your comment?
well,
You only have 1 minute.
I'm fine. I just had a question, and basically I wanted to hear what the sign was gonna indicate, and Hubert already said it. Address, the name, and location.
Members, any objection to this? Any other further discussion? Is there any objection to unanimous roll comments? Then, yes. Oh, you want to abstain? Okay. Is there any other person who objects to the motion or would like to abstain? Okay, then see. Oh, you had a question? You abstaining? Sixteen yes, 0 no, and 2 abstentions. The motion carries. Okay, moving on to item number 3 on the agenda. Discussion and/or possible action on request by Mr. Terrell, Neighbor Council Treasurer, for board approval of allocation of Neighbor Council funds in the amount of $999.99 for dollars to the Good Shepherd for the purpose of outreach as stated in line item 2008-D5-5 of the 2008-2009 board adopted budget. I do have 2 speaker cards on this, members, so if we can have Ms. Pam Garden and followed by Ms. Malropoulos, so you have 2 minutes.
Okay, I would like to actually put into it Good Shepherd, and there's been some discrepancies about whether or not youth organizations came in where we're just putting up funds that don't. Actually, Catholic Charities is the organization in question, and Catholic Charities, they do pay Good Shepherd's rent, but they are not responsible for food, clothing, and other items that is needed to run that shelter. Good Shepherd's mission is to provide dignity and love and a continuum of care for homelessness to sufficiency for women and their children through services offered by Good Shepherd's professional services and volunteers. That's how the place is run. Let me give you a little history. They started in 1984. Several people combined resources and established this program to provide emergency services for homeless women at Our Lady of Loretto Parish. And I know where that is. Their first year was written